Hello, superstar traders. I'm super delighted to have every one of you back on the YouTube channel owned and managed by EQ Markets Global. My name is 𝗦𝗛𝗙, head market analyst and also head trainer for EQ Markets Global. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week already. The weekly market outlook that was done on Monday, you can still find the video on this YouTube channel. Okay, the analysis and signals that were dropped on that weekly market outlook had been performing amazingly well. I mean, I give about 6 or 5 trade signals, and about 4 of them are performing super well. Okay, AUD USD, NZD USD, Euro GBP, and as well USD JPY. They are all performing super well. Okay, so I would like you to go over and watch that video because most of the analyses are still valid. Don't leave any money on the table. Okay. Yes, in this short video, I want to do a top-down analysis on gold because there is an amazing opportunity I'm finding on gold. So I wouldn't want you to miss that opportunity on gold. So can we start? If you tell me, let's start. I mean, come on, we can start, right? Beautiful. So I'll take down, I want to run a top-down analysis on gold. So I will take it to the weekly time frame. First, on the weekly time frame, what we can find is this one thing here that we can find on the weekly time frame. And of course, that's the triple top 1 and 2 and as well 3. Yeah. So we've got triple top, right? So it simply means if we've got triple top, what we will most likely be expecting is prices coming all the way down, at least to this bottom here, right? At least we're expecting prices to come into this bottom here. Okay, maybe that's what we will be expecting to happen because it formed triple top, and that's of course a bearish reversal pattern. But let's not look that into play because of course this is a whole lot of move. Okay, if we're to look at price moving all the way from where it is to where we're expecting, that's over 3,232 pip movements. I mean, that's going to be more like that's going to be more like a lifetime fortune. All right, so let's quickly delve into the real matter here, right? So the triple top telling us that price is going all the way down, but we need to know what exactly is happening on the lower time frame so that we would be able to also find that opportunity. So let's go down to the daily time frame. So yes, on the daily time frame, what I can find is more like a change of character, right? Although this lowest low here had not been broken, but we've seen this low here being broken. Yeah, we've seen this low here being broken here, right? So that was more like the boss. That's the break of structure, or what most of us would call choke, right? That's the change of character we can find here. And of course, prices after breaking this rallied back up before falling all the way down, right? Creating another lower low again. Still another change of character. So of course, this is more like this change of character to this bullish movement that was here. And then, of course, before we had a retracement, another change of character, and of course, we're having another retracement. So it simply means that we can literally find where we will be expecting this retracement to get into, and then, of course, we will be expecting a sell all the way down. Okay, so this is what personally I will be expecting because obviously looking at this, price has changed direction from an upward movement to a downward movement. Okay, to further buttress this, yeah, I would be using the trend line as well. Let's see how we can use the trend line. So I will be using the trend line and I'll be having my trend line drawn. All right, I'll be having my trend line drawn from this bottom here, right? Beautiful. From this bottom here, taking into cognizance as well, this lowest low here, and also this lowest low here. So we saw a break of structure here, as you can find, right? So we had first touch, second touch, the third touch, then we had a break of structure, and this is what retest. Okay, so also another reason why I'm saying prices is going to fall, it's inability to break above this zone. Okay, so something very special about this zone. So I'm giving you plenty reasons to see with me why I am taking on the bias that I'm taking, which is a sell bias, right? I'm giving you so many reasons so you can see that as well. So when prices got to make the third touch, all right, thereby creating a triple top here, right? So let's go back. When prices came back to have the third touch here, it came back. This particular zone, if you look at it carefully, was more like we should call it more like a support zone around here. After it broke above this point here, we can see on many occasions daily candlesticks were bouncing off from this zone. So this was a major support area, and then prices broke below it and became a resistance. And then of course we saw prices touching several times as well. And again, when prices fell down to this particular trend line, which acted as a support, it came back into the same supply zone. Okay, because right now it's more like a supply zone. It was support here, all right? It was a support somewhere around this level, and then obviously it became a resistance somewhere around this level here. Okay, so let me just quickly change that color so it looks good, depending on what we want. Beautiful. So it was support somewhere around here, then became resistance, resistance, resistance. Okay, and then of course we had this break of structure here. Okay, the whole of this zone here, we had this break of structure. Then this is a retest, and then of course we're expecting it to be, because this trend line apparently was a support line. Okay, the trend line apparently was a support line. Oh, sorry about that. The trend line apparently was a support line that helped bounce off from here, made a bullish push, and as well again here made a bullish push. But it was the bullish push was short-lived because of what this supply zone here. And then of course we saw the break of structure here. So after the break of structure, what we can find is retest and prices going all the way to the downside. All right, so aside that fact as well, we can see that we probably will be able to see that we can draw some trend lines as well to the downside, right? Something like this. Okay, now drawing a counter trend line, which is obviously now becoming more like the main trend line, right? Because this was a counter trend line to this main trend line, yeah. And then of course we've seen that prices touched this high here, and also we had 2 touches here. Perhaps we're going to have the third touch here and prices is going to fall. But you can see that very clearly on the 4-hourly time frame. Okay, you can see that very clearly on the 4-hourly time frame, where we had the touch here, second touch here, and then of course we had still some touches here, and then of course the break of structure which we were looking at, right? We had the break of structure which we were looking at here, and then of course prices is coming somewhere around this zone. We're going to find good opportunity. I don't know, but somewhere around this zone here, that's where we're going to have our prices coming to before going all the way down. So how do we find the particular price area? But we know it's around this zone, right? Because of course if prices is coming, it's coming to test the same trend line and then go all the way down, or perhaps it's going to consolidate, then there's this other trend line here that is more like the retest before going all the way down. So whatever is the case, we know it's somewhere around this zone. Now my chart is too dirty, so let me clean it up. Right, so finding that zone, we can use a lot of tactics to find that zone. Right, the first tactics I would want to employ is the use of the Fibonacci. Okay, the use of the Fibonacci. Okay, so let's quickly go over. I go over back to the daily time frame, and of course I would want to know the depth of retracement where possibly I'm expecting my price. So I will just pick my Fibonacci and I'll take it all the way from this top and drag it all the way down. Okay, so it's more like having my Fibonacci from this point A to this point B, and then of course obviously we're seeing that most likely price is coming into this zone here. Okay, price is coming into this zone, which is between the 50 percent retracement level or the 61.8% retracement level, or better still, right? Like I did it the last time, okay? I did not take into cognizance all these bearish movement. Rather, I took into cognizance only this bearish movement here, all right? So if I still want to consider that, I pick my Fibonacci tool and I drag it all the way down to this point. And then, of course, that gives me a smaller area to look at where I would possibly be taking my price movement. So yes, for me, most likely, most times I like to find my potential trading areas around the 61.8% level to the 79% level. Okay, I like to find my trading zone around that level. So it simply means I'm expecting prices to come into somewhere around this zone, all right? Somewhere around this zone before going all the way down. All right, but if that's not the case as well, okay? Okay, so let's say potentially this tells me where I'll be expecting my prices to come into before I find a sell. But of course, if you look at it closely as well, we can find this particular candlestick here, this last bullish candlestick, we can find it as an order block, right? Well, you see that clearly on the 4-hourly time frame. So let's scale down to the 4-hourly time frame. So you can see that, right? On the 4-hourly time frame, we can find that this particular candle here, this is an order block, right? That is the last bullish candle that formed before the bearish movement began. Okay. Yes. And of course, we can confirm that this is really an order block because it caused some imbalance in the market. You can see the imbalance, right? You can see that imbalance there. So this is another block. And of course, other blocks are good point of interest. Okay. Other blocks are good points of interest. So apparently, I'm expecting most likely that my prices will come into this zone and then fall all the way to the downside. Okay, prices will come into this zone. That's what I'm expecting, and fall all the way to the downside. So if I want to take on this trade, of course, you know, I like to find confirmation. So let's borrow some retail trading strategies. Okay. I would like to use my commodity channel index. So using my commodity channel index, I still find that my commodity channel index on the 4-hourly time frame is trading above the positive 100, which simply means that buyers are still willing to continue to push prices to the upside. So it simply means that I'm going to wait patiently, all right? For, of course, it hasn't even come into my potential trading area or my point of interest. So if it comes into this zone and then I have my commodity channel index begin to trade below the positive 100, that gives me a confirmation that buyers have come into their Waterloo. They are not going to continue to push prices upward. So it simply means that sellers are hopping in the market and taking prices below. So I'm going to go into the market for a sell. So this is where I will be expecting, okay. Okay. Sorry, just a minute. So this is apparently where I will be expecting to take, somewhere around this zone is where I'll be expecting to take my sell trade, and of course have my take profit all the way down to about 1885. And of course, my stop loss is going to be just right above perhaps this level here. Okay, so in case price comes to retest this zone, right, I'm going to be safe. So this is apparently how I will be expecting to trade gold at the moment. So this presents me with a good 1:5 risk to reward. Okay, I mean that's a good one. Okay, so I'm expecting prices to come into this zone. I'm expecting prices to come into this zone. Okay, all right, tap me in and then begin to fall all the way down. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting to play out on gold. Okay, so don't forget, let me give you the price levels. Okay, let me give you the price levels. So if you want to look for the sell opportunity, look for when prices comes into 1964 to about 1972. 1964 to 1972 is our point of interest. Within that zone, if you find a bearish confirmation, please take gold for a sell, right? And then, of course, our stop loss, to be on the safe side, our stop loss should be somewhere around 1983.52. 1983, okay? That should be our stop loss. And then, of course, our final take profit should be around 1885.30, 1885, that should be our final take profit. Okay, so if you see prices come into this zone and then begins to fall all the way to the downside, please, you can trail your stop loss or you can take partial profits as the case may be, or you can keep trailing until prices get to 1885.30, okay, or take partial profits and let the rest run till 1885. Okay, so this is presenting us one more time with a reward of 5. Okay, so let's see how many pips is our stop loss. Let's see how many pips is our stop loss. Oh, our stop loss is like 162 pips. That's apparently kind of much, but looking at what we intend to take, we're intending to take over 813 pips. Over 813 pips. Okay, so it simply means that if we risk say $20 on this trade, we're going to be expecting at least $100. So this makes sense, right? So I wish you all the best, and watch for when prices comes into our potential trading area. Okay, watch for when prices comes into our potential trading area, and then you take it. But just one more thing before you go. All right, we might probably, this is also another block, right? So we might probably also see, we probably might also see prices reacting to this zone, okay? If it does react to this zone, and of course, because this is also another block, right? And then it was the last bullish candle before the bearish movement. And of course, there are some sort of few kind of imbalance, okay? Maybe a minor kind of imbalance. And of course, prices is trading around that range, okay? Prices is already trading around this range. But of course, if we find confirmation still around this zone, then it simply means that we can still take on that trade. But of course, if we don't find, then I would advise that you wait patiently for when price is going to come into this other block here. Okay, so this makes sense, right? So good luck to us, and please leave a thumbs up for this video. Leave a thumbs up for this video. Leave your comments as well and your questions in the comment section. I love to read your comments. I love to answer your questions as well. Leave them for me in the comment section and I'll do justice to that, I promise you. And more so, share this video to your trader friends and people whom you think that this video is going to be helpful to them. And if you're also new to this YouTube channel, please do also subscribe and follow us on all social media handles. You can find the link to all our social media handles in the description below. All right. And of course, if you're looking for your #1 broker to trade with, if you're looking for the best broker to trade with, please look no further. All right. Simply go to www.EQ then click on the sign up icon and sign up with the world's #1 broker, which is Equity. Okay. Of course, Equity is going to offer you quick deposit and withdrawals. Also, Equity is going to offer you amazing spread that is very, very competitive in the industry. And not only that, Equity is also going to offer you a 30% bonus for your first time deposits above $100. And that bonus is withdrawable. Yeah, 30% withdrawable bonus, and we pay that up to $500 deposit. Okay, and not only that, if you're also part of the EQ Markets family, you're part of an amazing and successful forex traders and as well investors. And of course, we've got the Cyrax robot that we brokered that is doing amazingly well. You also may want to also look at the Cyrax robot and how you can use that to change your trading career. All right, so there is too much, there is a whole lot. If you want to speak with me, simply go to www.EQMarketsGlobal, create an account, and somebody's going to contact you. Whoever contacts you, just tell the person you want to speak with Coach Tonye, And of course, we're going to be doing good business together. So thank you so much, and bye for now. It was a wonderful time with you. Like this video, leave a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you so much.